There we go. What is going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Marketing Atlas Show. Thank you for joining me on this fine Wednesday afternoon, 3 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. Eastern right now. Hope that you guys are having an amazing day. Hope that you guys are having an amazing Wednesday. Welcome to the Marketing Atlas Show. Today is the 20th of May, and this is episode 13, if I'm not mistaken. And welcome to the Marketing Atlas Show, where we try to open and answer all of your marketing and advertising questions. So if you have advertising questions, if you have marketing questions, please drop them in marketingatlasshow.com. We're going live on Facebook, we're going live on YouTube, we're going live on a bunch of places. And unfortunately, I won't be able to monitor all of those places, but I do monitor marketingatlasshow.com. So go to marketingatlasshow.com to actually get answers to your advertising questions. We already have some questions lined up, and I'm going to jump right in. Now, with that being said, two quick things. Number one is that if you want me to personally review your ads every single week, if you want to have a direct line of approach to myself and to a bunch of additional really smart entrepreneurs, go to nobsadvertising.club. That is nobsadvertising.club. I prepare a simple video for you to watch, and if you're committed to growing your business, if you really want my help and the help of others entrepreneurs and a bunch of goodies, a bunch of bonuses, go to nobsadvertising.club, check out that video, and if it speaks to you, go ahead and join the No BS Advertising Club. We have bi-weekly meetings, we have a weekly golden nugget, and we have a lot of funds and a lot of good stuff happening, and a lot of support actually happening in the community. So it's specifically for people that are advertising right now. So if you are advertising and if you want to take it to the next level, get the support that you need for you, your campaigns, or your clients' campaigns, go to nobsadvertising.club. Now, with that being said, I have a couple of things to share with you guys today. So actually, we're going live everywhere. Let me actually check that we're live, that we're going nice and easy here in the Marketing Atlas Show. Okay, we are. So that's awesome. That's great. Okay, cool. So I want to share with you guys something really cool that I got actually today on the mail. And on not my mail, my actual mail, but actually my email, because I'm a preferred partner as an agency. I'm a preferred partner on Facebook, and when you're a preferred partner, you get a lot of good stuff, and you get a lot of announcements, right? And yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg, they did a big announcement when it comes to a technology that they're deploying when it comes to Facebook. And it's called Facebook Shops. Okay, so let me show you guys the URL. I'm going to put the URL in the comments here in marketingatlasshow.com so that you can check it out. But let me actually share my screen. And this is basically what's going on, is something that they have just rolled out. It's called Facebook Shops. And basically it's really cool because it allows you to put together a shop or a shopping cart within Facebook, right? So everything that's within Facebook really likes, of course, but also I think that it's a great opportunity for you to diversify a little bit your traffic if you have an e-commerce store, or if you have like an Etsy store, or if you're selling through I don't know, Pinterest or whatever it is that you're doing, then having a shop could be a great idea for your e-commerce. Now, the way it works is that it will integrate with your Shopify store. There's a bunch of good stuff, and people will be able to buy, order, and pay everything from within Facebook. So I'm a big fan of, for instance, lead ads on Facebook. I'm a big fan of messenger ads. And the reason why is because people, they don't need to leave Facebook to actually give you their details or to engage in a conversation with your brand. But also, I'm a big fan of everything that has to do with Facebook and keeping Facebook within the Facebook ecosystem. Of course, at some point you want to take people out from Facebook and into your marketing channels, like your funnels. But the Facebook Shops, I think it's a great opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to advertise for these Facebook Shops. Okay. So again, the link to this article is on marketingatlasshow.com. So go ahead and check it out. And it's always a good thing to be like ahead of the curve when it comes to this type of stuff. So when it comes to browsing products in Facebook, buying from Facebook, like you can actually pay on Facebook itself. So you can basically buy without leaving Facebook, which is pretty cool. Okay, so everything is explained here. This was announced yesterday, so it's fresh off the press. And also you will have an Instagram shop. So for a lot of people that are selling stuff on Instagram, you can add a shop to your Facebook page, but also you can add a shop to your Facebook, to your Instagram profile, which will mean that you can tag products in your stories, which is something that you can do right now, and your Instagram post, but you will be able to tag people and send them directly to your Instagram shop so that they can buy from there. So again, I'm really excited about that. There's some live shopping features, meaning that as you go live, like I'm going live right now, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be on the app, on the Facebook app itself, the native app, you can like actually, show off your products there. And I'm actually interested to see if there's going to be a possibility for us to sell info products, right? And if there is, then that's going to be awesome, because that means that people like myself or my companies or a lot of people that I coach on a daily basis, they have a lot of info products, so they can put their info products in their shop in Facebook, and that will be actually really cool. So again, the link is on marketingatlasshow.com. Go check it out. I think it's pretty cool. Looking forward to see how this is going. The early adoption, I think there's going to be a lot of good stuff happening. The fact that you can buy from the Facebook app itself, I think that's also going to open a new window of opportunity for advertisers and all of that to actually master Facebook shop on the Facebook advertising platform, which is pretty exciting. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So let's dive right into questions real quick, because we have a couple of questions right now and I haven't read them. I usually read them, but I haven't today, unfortunately. Thank you, Christian. What's up, my man? It's good to have you. All right, great. So let's go through the questions right here. Okay, so we have a question from Aman, and he's saying, you see a lot of the pro advertisers going and starting their own SaaS company. Example, Wilco with, I don't remember Wilco's company right now, but it has to do with audiences. Yeah, I know what you mean. Has this crossed your mind, and would you be open to if the opportunity arises? That's actually a good question, Armand. And I'm a little bit torn by this question, because the entrepreneur in me. So here's the deal: the entrepreneur in me is saying, yes, this is going to be awesome. We're going to build this tool and whatnot. And I'm actually being pitched a couple times per month, some tools and collaborations and whatnot, and people and actually super smart developers and coders coming to me and saying, hey, I have this idea for advertising and whatnot. And in fact, I was talking to to Petru, the owner of Audiencer.io, which is a great tool, by the way, to uncover good audiences. It's called Audiencer.io, and he was kind enough to give us a coupon for the No BS Advertising Club. So you guys get, if you join the No BS Advertising Club, we're compiling deals in there as well. But I was talking to him, and he was telling me about, a lot of stuff that you can do with the Pixel, with tracking and whatnot. So it might come to happen at some point in the future, but the reason why I'm kind of torn is because, sometimes I just see stuff as a distraction, to be honest, and I want to have like a really sustainable base when it comes to info products and growing that side of things, and then moving on to the consulting side of things before going into the SaaS. But I think that if you feel, or if you know, and if you see that there's a need in the marketplace because you're advertising all the time like I am, and you see that there's a need in the market, I think that it's a good idea for you to tackle that. It's just a matter of the approach, and it not being a distraction of what you're trying to do, right? So anyways, that's what I have to say about it. Thank you for your question. I'm not entirely sure, but if the opportunity arises, then maybe we'll see. Okay, so Waleed with a bunch of questions. Thank you, Waleed, for jumping in. So he's asking, hi Hernan, I'm running ads for real estate, and it's a new idea like Zillow, but not the same. My audience size is 1 million, and starting with different ad sets for home buyers, selling, and brokers. Okay, I set each ad set budget at $5. How much should my CPC be, or it depends by creative or ad copy? That's actually a good question, Waleed, and the answer is yes. It will depend. It will depend on two main things: CPC and CPMs, meaning cost per click and cost per impression, per 1,000 impressions. depend basically on two main factors. Number one is your market, your competition, okay? If you're targeting, for instance, I don't know, market A might have like 10 times as much, you will be paying 10 times as much per click or per impression than market B. And that is completely normal. Usually, for instance, I have some friends that they're advertising in South America, and the CPMs, the cost per click, the cost per subscriber, the cost to generate a sale is much lower. Actually, the cost per subscriber is much lower. The cost to generate a sale is pretty much the same because you need more subscribers to generate a sale. But it depends on your marketplace. It depends on your competition. If you're targeting, for instance, real estate home buyers, home sellers, and real estate brokers, it depends also in the city, right? If you're targeting home buyers, home sellers, and brokers in Dallas, Texas, it's going to be like way higher than if you target them in somewhere else, right? Or if you go after New York or something like that, right? Or Washington, D.C. The costs are going to go up depending on the city that you're focusing on. So that's something to consider. So that's number one. The other factor that's going to play a part in determining your CPMs or your CPC is, as you say, your creative and your copy. The reason why is because usually what happens is that the better your creatives, the better your ads, the higher your CTR would be, the higher your quality would be, or your relevance score. And if your quality and your relevance score goes up, then in some cases your CPM might go down and your CPC might go down. But it's a matter of, hey, if you're showing your ads 1,000 times and you get 100 clicks, then you have a 10% CTR, which is mind-blowingly good, right? And that should decrease your costs to advertise, right? So the better advertiser you become, the better it is and the easier it is for you to advertise, of course. But with that being said, it's hard for me to tell because I'm not entirely sure about what are the ballpark CPCs or CPMs in your marketplace. So I think it's going to be a matter of testing so that you can determine, okay, this is my average CPC. So you can test for, let's say, a week or two, and then also seasonality will play a role in your CPC. Like if you're starting to advertise right now, so if you were advertising like 2 weeks ago, your CPC would have been lower than they are right now because we're going back to quote unquote normal CPMs now that the COVID is kind of, people are starting to advertise again. But if you advertise in October or November, then your CPCs are going to be higher than ever because you have the election and you also have the Black Friday, Cyber Monday coming, So seasonality, marketplace, and how good of a copywriter or for an ad creator you are, basically. Okay, cool. I know that I didn't answer your question, but it's really hard for me to actually give you an answer as to how much you're going to pay. Oh yeah, you're going to pay $4.43 because I don't know. You need to run some, some ads. Okay, cool. So let's see. All right, cool. So we have another from Waleed. If we're testing a new idea with a cold audience, how much time or days should we wait to optimize our campaign to the next level? How much ad set we should try? How many interests or audience size should be in an ad set? Okay, so this is actually a good question. And when it comes to testing a new idea or testing a new funnel, testing a new offer, what I like to do is the following. So let me actually go here and let me grab a marker. So here's what I like to do. Okay, when I'm starting to test something, I start testing with 30 audiences. Okay, so usually I test with 30 audiences. And anywhere between 5, actually, I've been doing a little bit less than that lately. So it's anywhere between $3 to $5 per ad set per day, right? So this is 3 audiences or 30 ad sets. So rather 30 audiences or 30 ad sets, and this is going to be per ad set, okay? Per ad set per day. And again, when I'm testing a new audience, a new offer, a new funnel, I like to start with ad set level budget. I use campaign budget optimization only when I am trying to scale, okay? So a lot of people are telling me, oh, well, you don't use campaign budget optimization when you're starting out, and the answer is no, because I want to understand out of these 30 audiences, which one is going to win. That's why I'm starting at a low budget, because usually what happens with a low budget is that Facebook will try to give you results anyways, and it will harvest the lowest hanging fruit. So you will run a conversion campaign, okay? This is going to be a conversion campaign. And I don't believe in priming up the pixel or sending like traffic first and then no. I just jump right into conversions. Okay, so I run a conversion campaign. I would run it for 30 audiences, $3 to $5 per day per ad set. So that would be around $90 to $150 per day, and you can run this setup for around 3 to 4 days. And then at the end of the 3 to 4 days, you will figure out that some audiences are having better CTR, so you might even get some sales, some leads. It depends on the funnel, right? But this is kind of my go-to setup. And then after I'm done, then I will duplicate the ads or bump up the budget on those audiences that are working and kill the rest, if that makes sense. So audience size, since you're targeting 30 plus audiences, you can go anywhere between 50,000 all the way to 1 million people plus. So audience size, when your testing is not as important, then you'll realize that maybe your smaller audiences might be winning, which is hardly the case, by the way, now that I think about it, but your smaller audiences might be winning, and then at that point you will think, okay, so these are small audiences, right, for my niche. So that is something that you want to consider. Okay, cool, awesome. So, but this is my testing setup. This is also my testing setup for video views. Okay, so for video views, for a complete brand new client or somebody that hasn't advertised before, I always suggest that they start here. They start with a video views campaign, 30 audiences, and on video views you can do $1 to $2 per day on video views. On conversions you want to do a little bit more because of the data that you're collecting. Awesome. All right, cool. So let's see what else we got. We got another one from Waleed. Campaign with objective conversion. What should be our audience size in pixel or events? Again, it really depends on where you're standing right here on your campaign. I would recommend, Waleed, that you stop thinking about audience size and start thinking about audience relevance. Okay? So stop thinking about audience size, how big my audiences should be, and start thinking about audience relevance. What I mean is that you can be targeting, Tony Robbins, right? Tony Robbins, which has like a couple million people or 23 million people around the world that like Tony Robbins. Or you could be targeting the Entrepreneurial Association of Florida, which has maybe 300,000 people or 30,000 people. And the Entrepreneurial Association of Florida will be much more relevant than Tony Robbins. When you're deploying something like this, you can try both. That's the beauty of this, that you can try both, right? You can run small audiences versus big audiences and whatnot at the same time. But at the end of the day, what you want to target is the right people. Not like, it doesn't really matter if they are like 20 million or 5 million or 1 million. I like to target initially broader audiences. That's a fact, that I like to target broader audiences and let Facebook do its thing. And then on my copy, I like to be really adamant with my offer. And I've been saying this for a while now, is that I would rather like target broad audiences and then let Facebook do its thing and be adamant with my copy saying, attention, single stay-at-home moms, or attention, people with knee pain, that type of stuff. So I'm really adamant with my copy. So that is something to consider in terms of your audience size. It really depends on your market and who you're targeting, right? But again, you can deploy this setup and you can have like 30 different audiences. You don't have to do 30, you can do 20. Less than 20 doesn't make any sense, but you can do 20 at $3 to $5 per day. But have in mind that you can target a broad array of different audiences, if that makes sense. And then in Pixel, it depends on your funnel, right? Let's say that you have an opt-in funnel, you have an opt-in page, and then you have a thank you page. So you have an opt-in page, then you have a thank you page, it would be a T, and then you have maybe a sales page, right, with your offer, and then you might have an order form. And then you have a thank you page for the sell. Then on this case, what you're going to do, let me bring this forward a little bit. What you're going to do is to fire different events. On this case, you're going to fire a lead event. On this case, you're going to fire an initiate checkout event. And on this case, you're going to fire a purchase event, right? So lead event here, initiate checkout here, purchase event here. You can fire a view content here, right? Because this is also important page in your funnel and whatnot. So these are going to be the different pixel objectives that you would have, if that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Let's see what we got. Let's see what else we got. All right, perfect. Let's see. All right, cool. So let's see. Let's go back here. All right, awesome. So Alex Becker, like market hero, now heroes. Yes, great point, Christian. So Christian is referring to Alex Becker making market hero first. Market hero being training on, or initially he launched it as a training thing. Excuse me. Originally he launched it as a YouTube course, I think it was, and then it was email marketing, so YouTube plus email marketing, and then he went deep into tracking, and then he developed Heroes, which I keep hearing good things about. I haven't tested it personally, but that is something that we might deploy in the future with Heroes. So I keep hearing a lot of people having good things to say about Heroes, so we might go ahead and test it in the future. Now, Christian is asking, why split them and not stack? And he's referring about the audiences that we should stack. That's actually a great question, Christian. And the reason why we do this is because I want to know which audiences are bringing me the best performance. So let's say that you start with a campaign, with a conversion campaign for a webinar or for a, I don't know, or a chiropractor, whatever that is, right? You start with a lead gen campaign or a conversion campaign to their funnel. I would rather do this. 30 different audiences, one audience per ad set. The reason why is because I want to know which audiences are going to win, and then double down on those. So if I run them all at once, then I'm going to spend a little bit more money at the beginning, but then I can see and check, okay, so this audience is working, this audience is working, this is not working, this is working. And then I can turn off the ones that are not working and then keep on scaling the ones that are. Up to the point that I get enough data to actually launch lookalike audiences, right? But then if you want to repeat this process, you can repeat this process 1,000 times. As I said, like with Audiencer.io, which is, you know, a great tool, you can discover like 200 audiences if you want. So you test them 30 at a time, and then once you start running out of audiences and you want to keep on expanding your ads, you bring new audiences, and then you can compare the performance of these audiences with lookalikes. Or you can combine lookalikes, you can layer lookalikes with this, right, with interest. So this is basically the testing methodology that I use when I'm launching a complete brand new funnel from scratch. I would want to go as broad as possible and test as many audiences as possible, and then I might end up with one lookalike audience that's crushing it, and then 5 interests that are crushing it, and then a no targeting campaign, you know, a no targeting ad set. And then I can start doing manual bidding or CBOs and a bunch of additional stuff to the audiences that are working really well. So that's basically why I'm not stacking them, if you would. But great question. Thank you for asking. All right, cool. So let's see what else we got, if we have anything else. All right, cool. Awesome, cool. So I'll give you guys a little bit more to ask any other questions. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start thinking and actually applying this Facebook Shops thing to my own thing to see if we can sell some information products, not only e-commerce stores. But if you are advising or working or have an e-commerce store, then I think the Facebook Shops could be a good thing. All right, guys, so I don't see any more questions. Thank you guys for joining me for a little bit. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for your questions. Again, if you're watching the replay, go to marketingatlasshow.com to drop all of your marketing digital advertising questions. I would love to help you out. And again, if you want my personal help deploying stuff like this, deploying some more advanced stuff, go ahead and check the No BS Advertising Club. It's nobsadvertising.club. Check it out. I put together a little video for you. And if you jive with it, if you think, okay, well, this might be a good idea, go ahead and sign up. It's really inexpensive. You get a lot of bonuses, a lot of goodies. And I hope to see you guys in there. Thank you guys for joining me. Have an amazing rest of your week. See you guys soon.